There we are.
Oh, welcome to Double Talk.
Are you taking some of those candies?
No, I won't. This is what's left over from Valentine's Day.
And I don't know if you can see this, but since Valentine's Day and Ash Wednesday were really close together, I decided to, put a heart on. He's
got a heart on. It looks like one of those Hindu bindis is what he's wearing.
Heart.
And just like what's on this box.
Right, and if Mark put it in front, it'd be right
There's
there.
A heart on right there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So there's still some chocolates left. We didn't knock them all off, because we have to watch our figures.
You have to pace yourself.
As they grow. Apparently
myself.
These things seem to be popular. Ring pops, which is like a pacifier.
And you can wear it as a ring.
So if you have a child and you want to make sure that their teeth never come in without rot, give them one of these. That would be good.
What do you think this does?
I think chocolate's good because it decreases your chances for chocolate cancer.
Well, no, as you know, Valentine's Day has been absconded by the women. It has nothing to do with men anymore. It's all for the women. They've taken it completely. It's all theirs. I don't know how they did it. They did.
Because as a man, you were intimidated.
No, not intimidated. That's just the way it is. Men don't mean anything on Valentine's Day.
They didn't say you do this or something. Well,
women,
actually,
women are the ones who expect everything.
You do this
on Valentine's Day.
That's it. I'm not talking to you for the rest of the year.
That's true. Well, especially if you're single, Michael. Now you're married, so what do you know?
I don't know
about the single life.
Well, that would be a deal, wouldn't it? I won't talk to you for the rest of the year.
Promise? It'd make the show a lot better.
Speaking of the show, yes. The show. This is, do we mention what it was? Double Talk.
This is Double Talk, unfortunately. And the two of us are talking right now.
At the same time. That's why it's called Double Talk.
I'm Mark Steffen. This is Michael Mandel.
Yes. This is our heart of chocolates. This is a great picture. The concept is of the heart.
Yes.
And redness, which is roses, which indicates love.
And women fall for this stuff like you wouldn't believe.
And so do I. But then again, I always lean in that direction.
Well.
So you never know how effective it's going to be. It just affects people. I saw Mila Kunis on the Ellen DeGeneres show talking about Ashton Kutcher and, which is rumored but not verified.
That they're together?
Yeah, and that, they knew each other from the 70s show. The 70s show, that was so long ago. We're in 2013 and we're... That's like 43 years ago. I can't believe she stays so young.
Wow.
Anyhow, she admitted she likes chocolates. She likes, flowers.
What else does she like? Money?
Money. Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. Probably more than she likes Charlie Sheen.
Fame and a Hollywood career.
Yes. We had not only is Valentine's known for the big holiday of February, as, of course, is President's Day, which is coming up. But it is now...
It's also known as Black History Month.
Black History Month. Women's History Month, I think?
No.
Nothing? Women's Month?
I don't think they
get
this
But it is the Love of Art Month.
Love of Art Month.
Talk about women commandeering Valentine's Day. The artists have commandeered February to be their month.
That's true. And we were at a gallery opening just the other day. And we have some footage from that.
Yes, there's the Love of Art month. That was good because it doesn't, I don't know what that is.
This is the month for the love of art. And it's a great, Las Cruces is participating.
It's a great boon for anybody named Art.
That's true.
And he gets all.
And we were at the brand new gallery in town, the Gallerie
Cramoisie.
Gallerie Cramoisie.
Cramoisie.
And so it's the latest gallery to open in Las Cruces. It's very hip. And the opening show that they've chosen for it is equally hip.
It's
very colorful. Maria Kruse's works. She does these computer-generated fractals, which you'll see here. And, there's one of them now.
There's a little glare, but
you see the moon.
Incredibly complex.
Yes, we're in the gallery now. Most of these have glass over them. So
there's actually the moon.
You catch a little glare on some of these from the overhead lights, but...
Yeah. That's a close-up of the next one. Whoa. Pretty spacey.
It looks galactic, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know what we should have done before that? We should have done our gin tasting.
Don't worry, we will. Yeah, that's true.
Our gin tasting will be next week. We're just previewing that in our multi-pixelated corner thing there. So she has good color, good quality in her prints. They're done so perfectly. And
they're done very nicely. They're nicely composed, too.
Did you see the guy put his finger there? I wonder if that was the cameraman.
No, there was a bird loosened.
A bird?
Yeah.
Some of these take on Georgia O'Keeffe aspects with the color and the swirls and the floweriness.
Now, some of these were photographs, and some of these... Now, this is not a photograph, but it looks like it almost is.
It is a photograph that was enhanced.
Yes, that's the lobby from Hotel Encanto.
Yes, that's what it was. This is, I don't know, a weird either fractal. Like it feels real. The one in the middle there is, you could remove our heads, but that is definitely an abstract weird thing.
That kind of reminds me of the Horsehead Nebula.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, comes out, whoa. Here we're into realistic stuff.
Those are poppies, aren't they?
Yes. Legal.
Poppies.
Legal poppies. They're cute and they're pretty. Everybody knows what this is. Beautiful red chili peppers. And one of my favorites, the hummingbird. You know, it looks so much clearer in the gallery. So this is definitely Georgia O'Keeffe-ish. It's called The Flower.
I'm here today with Maria Kruse, the artist of this exhibit. And she's been an artist of many different styles, right? You started out with large format paintings, and now you're pretty much doing photography, and what are you doing to these things that makes them so vivid?
I like gaudy.
You like, okay, gaudy instead of vivid. You're doing something with fractals and indulging them with dense color.
Yes.
How do you do that?
I use a program that allows me to manipulate the parameters in the fractal algorithms, and that allows me to give different shapes and then layer them in the computer until I get the picture that I want.
Now, aren't you afraid that having just told our audience what you did, that they'll just go out and do the same thing?
No.
Good, because I couldn't understand what you said at all either. I'm sure nobody else could.
I could always give you my answer I give everybody.
Yes?
It's magic.
Ah. They look magical, they're very colorful, and these are being shown during the Love of Art Week, right?
Right, they are, and there's also...
Where are they? Where are we?
We are in the Pronto building at Pronto Plumbers.
Pronto Plumbers?
Yes, they have the Cramoisie Gallery, and it's...
Yeah?
And now it's got a bunch of fractals and photos, and on Sunday, this coming Sunday, you can go to Funky Karma and see how to make them.
Wow, so it'll be this, if we get this on the right time, it'll be tomorrow.
That's right.
And Funky Karma is down on Main Street, right below University.
That's right.
A little bit below University.
And there'll be several fractal artists there, and they will be setting up their computers, showing people how to do it, and printing out little ones for them.
So this is great.
Yes.
It sounds good. I hope you have a good crowd.
Me too.
And I think that's about it. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Here. Thank you.
Gallerie Cramoisie, that is actually on Hickory Loop, which is behind Applebee's on Avenida de Mesilla. Hickory Loop, it's in the Pronto Plumbers building. And that's where you'll find the gallery. You can go in there anytime between 9 o'clock in the morning and 4:30 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday.
Take a look and see.
Drop on in.
Also, for a continuation of Love of Art Month, today you can go to where? Convention Center?
Down to Las Cruces Convention Center. They've got a big art wing-ding going on down there right now, and it'll be there all day long. Tons of artists will be there showing their wares, performing. There will be drummers performing.
I think I'd like to go. I don't think I've ever been to a wing-ding.
Let's go on down there as soon as the show's over.
We'll go ding it.
And also going on today, in conjunction with the Love of Art, is a theatrical presentation of the famous play, The Vagina Monologues.
Oh, see, that's cut off too. Why is that angle? Anyway,
I
picked a different picture for
that. And
that.
it's at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and then again tonight at 7 o'clock, and it's down at the Court Youth Center, downtown on Court Street.
The Vagina Monologues is a standard. It was written in 1998 by Eve Ensler, based on her over 200 conversations with women talking about issues that were important. 1998, we still have the same issues now.
Yes, we do.
And since I'm pretty sure it's National Women's Month. Something like that.
Well,
it's always Women's Month, as you say, with Valentine's Day.
Well, Valentine's Day is Women's Day. Which is fine by me.
This is, Court Youth Center. I think it's $10. It's going to go to a charity, and I've seen it at least twice.
Yes, yeah.
The monologues, that is.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's about all you've
Anything
seen.
else? Yes. So, and they were both really good. And for some reason, everybody who's in it is totally convincing.
So,
because they're women.
Yeah. So, Love of Art Month, you gotta love it. And we'll be talking more about it next week on the show.
Yes,
because it's all month long.
And
because we love art.
What else is that? What else you got there? Oh, okay, Court Youth Center. That's Court Youth Center. Theater. You know, we're great lovers of theater. How many times have you ever seen the Vagina Monologues, huh? How many times?
At least.
Never?
Oh, you mean the monologues?
The monologues.
At least once.
Okay. Well, they're not monologues. If you see them twice, they're a dialogue. If you see them 3 times, it becomes Vagina trilogues.
Anyway, well, I try.
Not hard.
When it comes to that.
Not hard enough.
Anyway.
Yes.
Now, also, what's going on here?
This is fine. I want to see you get into this one.
Well,
and it's not the Vagina Monologues.
It has to do with a wild animal we have here in the Southwest, known as the lesser prairie chicken.
Yeah.
And there you see it there. That's what it looks like in the wilds. He's a very jaunty bird.
That's a pretty cool looking bird.
And yes, he's threatened. The species is threatened, and there's energy afoot to put them on the endangered species list, and there's also energy afoot to keep them from the endangered species list.
Well, if we keep them from it, then we're saved a bit of trouble. What's their population? What's their problem?
Well,
I mean, is it because
their population now is down 90% from what it once was, thanks to human encroachment and decimation.
Oh, so it's not necessarily predatory animals like the coyote and stuff.
No. They would that balance would stay the same.
Oh, because but if people taking over
development and oil drilling and mining and things like that, and hunting, that has reduced them down to just 10% of what they once were.
So now there are lesser prairie chickens.
There's much less of the lesser prairie chickens. And in fact, during the...
how do they taste?
Delicious.
Oh, good.
I'm told.
They look pretty good. It looks like they come with their own seasoning.
Well, in fact, during the State of the Union address, our own state representative, Steve Pierce, did not attend the address by the president because he was out campaigning to keep the lesser prairie chicken off the endangered species list.
Really?
Because he and others think that it would threaten employment. People would lose jobs.
That chicken is going to threaten employment?
That's some chicken, that chicken.
Wow.
I think it should be called the greater prairie chicken.
It'll just make it too cocky.
If
that happens. So greater.
It's not the foul bird people think it is.
No.
And so that's the issue with the prairie chicken.
Yes.
The lesser prairie chicken.
The lesser prairie chicken. We should see the whole gamut: the lesser, the regular, and the greater.
And the greater and the greatest. I'd like to see the least prairie chicken.
The least? Well, it's the least we could do is show you the least. We'll go search that out on our next Audubon show.
Well, now, I wonder, if where the spaceport is. I wonder if the lesser prairie chicken has its habitat there, because the activities at the Space Center could affect the prairie chicken. For instance, Doñana County wants to build a road to the spaceport. Well, on the way to the spaceport, the road would be 7 miles through Doñana County.
Not Doñana, the other county.
No,
What's
Doñana.
The next one?
The first 7 miles would be through Doñana County. The rest of the 17 miles to it would be through Sierra County. And Sierra County is balking at it because they don't want the expense that they would incur, not just building it, but maintaining the road.
But we're good with our 7 miles.
Well, we can do our 7 miles.
It has nothing to do with
After
the
that,
prairie
it'll be
chicken.
a paved road, apparently. Here's the spaceport as it
it is a spaceport,
today.
right? It's a spaceport. People can take rocket ships up in the air, right?
Yes.
What would be so hard with getting a helicopter to get to the spaceport? Enough with the roads.
I don't know, but we're going to have to... Hey,
we'll
get back to that in a second.
Later. Yes.
Let's take a break, and we'll be right back after these words.
Oh, man. That's me great.
I want that one.
Yeah. Well.
Welcome to La Buena Vida Women's Club, located away from the crowds but close to home. Come in throughout the day for Jazzercise, the world's dance fitness leader for nearly 40 years. Treat yourself to a relaxing massage, or unwind in the lounge area or outside on the balcony with friends. La Buena Vida Women's Club, located and designed with women in mind. For information, call Diane at 650-9721.
Hey, you here. Do you want to know the news? The Las Cruces channel is now on 7 days a week. We'll keep it right here.
Fiesta Motors. Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there. Celebrate Fiesta Motors, but buying a car is always a celebration.
Well, we were just talking about, when we were so rudely interrupted, the spaceport America,
yes,
right here in New Mexico.
Right,
and,
it's 27 miles to get to it. Let's see what the lead-in is. We were just talking about...
well, it's 23 miles from Interstate 25.
Yeah, I think, if you look at this...
And then we look at the spaceport.
And if you have a road... Oh, there it is. If you have the road going into that...
it's kind of like, looks like the spaceport monologues. We could do a whole play about monologues. That somehow. Yes. Anyway, yeah, Sierra County is not willing to pay for and maintain their portion of the highway
has nothing to do with the lesser prairie chicken, right?
Doña Ana County.
No, because who cares? It's the one line. If they're not smart enough not to know, why did the
prairie chicken cross the road?
Because it felt lesser than the other one. Mm. It's always greener on the other side.
Because it was stable to the punk.
That's what happened. Well, how do you feel about poor Sierra County? They don't have very much money because they're basic.
We're a poorer county than they are.
They're pretty poor. They have Truth or Consequences.
They have Elephant Butte Resort.
Yes, well, we have the beautiful historic area of Mesilla.
Yes, we do.
So it doesn't match up.
And we have the Las Cruces channel. They don't have that.
They don't have any channels except what they get from the same places we get our channels from.
El Paso, I believe, yes.
They don't get Comcast like we do.
No, they don't.
Anyway, so there will be a road someday, but Sierra County isn't paying for it. We've had so many expenses and so many setbacks. When it first was decided to do this thing for a couple of $100 million, they couldn't figure out that they might need an access road, or they said, oh, it'll come later when the money starts coming in. Well, the money is supposed to start coming in. They're supposed to be paying $90,000 a month, right? But they're not really using it yet. No. Do you remember how they made the extension, Dripping Springs Road, out there after University? Every year they would add another mile. And when actually the entire area opened up, so it went to Talavera, buildings started to grow there. I mean, the place is overrun now with people.
Well, they would say, well, we can't build the road because we don't have the tax base to afford it, but you don't get the tax base unless you have the road.
Well, the way they did it was mile by mile. So you put 1 mile less of rock and dirt road, a few more people move in, you put another mile in, a few more people in, maybe the money's starting to trickle in and you finish it up, and then it floods in.
Well, so right now the only way to get to the spaceport on a paved road is to go through Truth or Consequences, around, and then back down.
I've been there, and from Truth or Consequences, it takes a while as well.
Now, you can get there from Doña Ana County, but it's the worst washboard road you've ever ridden on.
Oh, you haven't seen some of the washboard roads I've been on.
No, this is one of them.
Oh, okay.
And you know what? On that road, you will see wildlife. I don't think you'll see the lesser prairie chicken, but you will see coyotes. Maybe not wolves, but you will see certain wildlife, even mountain lions.
Hippopotamus?
Pumas. You won't see those.
No hippopotamus.
But you will see the animals that people want to go out on these organized thrill-killing hunts in order to see how many coyotes they can kill in one day.
Wait, that's why there's
how many wolf pups they can
poor
slaughter.
Little coyotes?
Yes.
So, do you think these thrill-kill gangs, is that why we don't have hippopotamus anymore in New Mexico?
When was the last time you saw a hippo roaming the plains?
I've never seen one, but I got here late. I guess they killed them all off.
And the giraffe.
So what's happened with the coyote? There's been a problem where people want to do this as a contest, to kill things as a contest.
Right.
As opposed to...
helping them live.
Well, people go deer hunting.
Yeah, but they eat the deer, unless you're a slob hunter, just to kill it for fun.
The whole goal with the coyote hunting is to kill as many as possible.
Right, because nobody eats the coyote, they just kill it.
Yeah.
And anymore, I don't think they even use it for the fur.
as you said, for collars.
Used to be used for Air Force.
For when people had biplanes.
Yes, it's one of the few furs that will not frost up. So that's why it was used for furs and used in extremely cold weather. People going to the North Pole and that sort of thing.
Oh, so that fur won't frost up. Huh?
That's right. When was the last time you saw a frosty coyote? Yeah. See?
Are we talking about
See what I'm saying?
the coyotes or the Vagina Monologues?
Coyotes.
Oh, I didn't know what you're talking
Please, Michael.
So
we talk about frost. Well, I won't go into it.
Okay, we won't go through that. We were talking about coyotes. You have something printed up here. They're not approved. Who are they not approved by? Obviously, people who go on these hunts are approving them because they're going on the hunts.
That's true, but there's energy afoot to stop them.
Ban them, both county-wide and citywide and statewide.
Yes. I mean,
you don't want to get people in the habit of shooting things just for fun.
Well, the thing about coyotes is it's open season on them. There's no hunting season for a coyote. You can go out and shoot a coyote anytime you want to, for no reason at all.
See, now you're giving people ideas.
Well, the people who would do that,
shoot them whenever you want to shoot.
People who would do that already know that.
That's true.
But they haven't figured out why they would want to do that, other than to prove that their aim is true.
That they can, and that the whole game is organized by certain groups.
Well, you kill too many coyotes, then you get overrun with rabbits and rats and mice and other rodents that the coyote keeps in check. Yes.
So then you know what you do?
What?
You do like the lobo, bringing back the lobo. You have to grow them in captivity and then
release them correctly.
So that's what I have to do. Once you kill off other coyotes, you have to go breed them in captivity and bring them back in, which limits the gene pool. We want to keep the gene pool strong.
That's true. Now,
I'm waiting for something that.
And these people go out and do it for
free.
free.
We've been talking about nature too much.
People don't pay these hunters to go out and shoot the coyotes. They do it for free, for the blood sport of it all. But the minimum wage in New Mexico might actually be increased soon. When was the last time it was raised?
When was the last time you did a segue? Was that a segue? You go doing it minimum wage?
It sneaks right in.
They're going to wage a war? Is that it? They're going to wage a war on coyotes, and this is the minimum wage?
Well, people don't get paid for hunting, but
no, they get paid for being your waiter and for
yes. The current minimum wage is what, $7.45 in the country. Now, in certain cities like Santa Fe, it's $10 an hour.
Yeah.
Although, even though the minimum wage is $7.45, if you are a bartender in Las Cruces, you get paid $2.30 an hour.
And you're glad of it because you get all the booze you could drink.
And you're supposed to supplement that with your tips and make at least minimum wage, you hope.
And if you can't do that, it means you're not selling, you'd have to sell...
Or that means you're outside.
$50
you're outside smoking cigarettes.
No, you have to smoke. You have to sell $50 pretty much an hour. If you're getting 10% of that, that's like $5.
10% tip. That's pretty bad, isn't it?
20% tips. You're getting $10 an hour if you can do $50 worth of food. If you are a waitress in a breakfast place and people spend $3 to $5 on breakfast, then you're making like quarters. Yep. You're lucky to make $1 for everybody you serve, which means that in an hour you easily have to serve 40 people.
Right, and
20 people.
You know, the minimum wage used to be $6.55. Before that, it was $4.29.
But gas was cheaper. Everything was cheaper. You know, the whole country is rising. People who are making the big money are making a lot of money. That's why the top 1% is doing so well.
Yes.
The money floats to the top.
Right, and they're paying less taxes.
Some money down.
They're paying less taxes than a secretary making minimum wage.
So the state is shooting for a higher minimum wage. The city is shooting for a higher minimum wage, and President Obama is shooting for actually the highest of all those wages because he wanted $9.
$9 an hour.
I'm thinking he's figuring there's a negotiation there, and it'll come.
That would bring us up to 1985 standards if you look at the rest of the world.
And that's why Mark and I refuse to work. We won't work for that kind of money.
That's why we do the show for what we do it for.
Yes, stock in the company.
That's right.
When was $6.50? What's that?
Well, that's the minimum wage that our producer Chris wants everybody to be paid.
Oh, so he wants his wage to get cut?
No, well, as a teacher here at the school he works at, he feels that he can live on that wage. Why can't everybody else?
That's what he works?
That's what he's willing to work for.
You know, he's working for too many. He's working
he's
too
willing,
many hours.
As
obviously.
a teacher, he's willing to work for that wage. So if he can't do it,
no
why can't
teacher's working for that.
Well, he should.
That's what you're saying?
He wants everybody else to do it.
All the teachers should work for $6.55 an hour.
Sure.
And they teach from what, 8 o'clock to 3, and that's it. So that's
and they
7
get all
hours.
summer off.
So they get $50, but they don't get paid when they're not working. We better keep moving along. Here, what's next? Oh, what's that?
Coming up next on February 28th, a Las Cruces Channel extravaganza. The new
Pope.
The new bishop of the Catholic Diocese.
It's getting so confusing
of
now.
Doña Ana County will be installed on the 28th at 2 p.m. It will be broadcast live from the Convention Center right here on the Las Cruces Channel, Channel 98. Of all the channels in the Las Cruces area, the Las Cruces Channel is the only official station allowed to broadcast it live. And that will be broadcast live on the 28th. And after that, it will be broadcast every Saturday morning in March at 9:30 in the morning, right before our show. Our show comes on 11 o'clock on Saturday. This show will come on in March every Saturday morning at 9:30 on repeats.
And after that, we will be shooting the installation of the Pope.
Yes,
because that's going to be
same day.
It's so weird that our bishop decides to. Well, his decision was longer in the making, and he is 75, and he is required to retire.
Oh, Ricardo Ramirez. Oh, yes, Ramirez.
And the Pope is 85, which is 10 years older, and people think, oh, it's a job for life. Why are you retiring? You know, you make your bishops retire at 75, 85. You don't have to make him retire. He's ready for retirement.
He's ready for retirement.
He doesn't need the job.
And the thing
he's
about
got
the Pope,
enough money.
You know, the Pope is considered infallible. Once he retires, he's no longer infallible, folks.
So if you have anything that you're upset of, save it for when he retires.
Right.
Anyway, what else? So we're the official station. We're going to talk about
Whiskey
from
Dicks.
the Catholic Church to Whiskey Dicks.
Whiskey Dicks. Well, now they're under fire. They want to open up a new restaurant over in Mesilla Park.
Union.
On Union in the old teen center there.
Yes.
And now some of the neighbors are up in arms.
Since it's a bar.
They don't want a bar and a restaurant with all these people coming to spend their money in their neighborhood where they might be bothered.
How that goes, because we're having trouble with that place from the strip joint, as well as
we're not having trouble yet.
Not yet, but all these things develop. We'll keep you posted. Want to keep you posted. Last time we said Genghis Grill.
Grill is coming to town?
We said it was on University. It's actually going to be next to Fidencio's.
On Telshore?
On Telshore.
That's a good place for it.
We have some pictures of what a Mongolian grill looks like.
Yeah, it's Mongolian barbecue, they call it.
And the Chinese place that's going to be on University is Panda Express, which will be in the Barnes & Noble building. That's closer to what that looks like.
And then Gina's Cantina, that used to be Ono Grinds. They just changed the name and a few of the things on the menu. That's open downtown on Main Street. And with that, we're out of time, Michael.
Well, we always have to taper it off slowly.
We do.
Yes. So we'll see you
say
all
goodbye
next week
and help ourselves to some chocolates.
So I hope everybody had a nice, what is this? What's this holiday? Halloween?
The War of
Valentine's
the Roses.
Day.
The War of the Roses.
See you next week. Did I linger enough? Did we linger?